Hello, welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Okay, so we've got the week ahead reading from the 6th of April. So what lies ahead this week? And we're going to use Fairy Oracle with the Shadowscape Tarot. So let's have a look and see what is the message for this week. What's the message for this week? Let's have a look. What's the message for this week? Okay, what's the message for this week? Let's have a look. What have we got? Okay, 7 of Swords. This week it feels as though maybe we feel like things are being taken from us in some level. Feels like maybe we need to sort of, it feels like something's being taken from us. We be careful. We've got the Knight of Swords, so we need to be careful that we're not rushing into whatever it is. We need to plan and strategize. So if something's been taken from us and we want to be empowered, we want to feel like we can take back what was taken, we need to plan and strategize. We need to make sure we haven't rushed into something. Super important there. Okay, 9 of Cups. It's all about our wish being fulfilled. Okay, so it's about fulfilling our wish. It's about, we've got this dream of being achieved. So what action do we actually need to take? How can we prepare for achieving our goals, our dreams? Maybe it's about taking a moment to be in solitude, meditation, reflection, taking a moment of silence to find that wisdom, that knowledge that enables us to sort of move forward on this path. Things need to be final, things need to end, so that we can move on to something new as we look for opportunities. It does feel like there's an idea or a thought that might need to end or has ended, which gives us a sense of nostalgic energy as we're looking at the past. Even though we might be moving towards the future on our path, we might be sort of flowing forward in this journey, we seem to keep bringing up the past for some reason. We keep reflecting on our memories. We keep dwelling in our memories. And so at this time, we've got to know our own potential. Super important here. Knowing our own potential is really important in this journey, enabling us to stand up for our own convictions, stand up for what we truly believe is going to be an important week for us here. Walking away from the chaos into the unknown, enabling us to have this sense of so walking out of the chaos. Maybe we're walking into the unknown, we're walking into what's important, so we need to leave behind what doesn't serve us well in this journey. Enabling us to be able to see things from a different perspective is super important in this week ahead. So look at things from a different perspective is going to enable us to move forward on this journey. So there's a lot about I think there's a lot of thoughts, ideas, perceptions, a lot of emotional entanglement, if you like, in regards to this situation. It does seem to be an emotional entanglement. Let's see what the Fairy Oracle has to say. Oops. Okay, 2 cards. Stood out of this. Right. Okay, Fairies of the Future and the Singers of Healing. So I think it's very important that we use our voices. Use our voices as we move ahead. So let's dive into this a little bit more. Number 10. Healing of body, mind and spirit. The song of the singer has the power of healing deep wounds of the spirit, wounds that can destroy mortals or immortals alike. Faith betrayed, love dishonest, trust abandoned, and other injuries of the spirit all inflict serious wounds, which are reflected in the body's illnesses and injuries. Through the song of healing we may be restored and renewed, but only if the wounded one is prepared to forgive and let go. Returning to love and compassion as always with the gifts of spirit. Healing is offered, not forced, and requires active participation in our heart. True healing must take place on all levels at once, body, mind and spirit. These levels are inextricably linked, all one piece, and we cannot expect to change one without changing the other. Our bodies do not do things all on their own. The links between different aspects of beings are many, complex and often obscure, and yet the principle of healing them is simplicity itself. We need only to let go of the things that are hurting us and nurture ourselves with the things that benefit us. So simple, but so difficult. So this is a healer's card, and its presence in a reading may speak of a healing to be given or a healing to be received. I feel like this is going to be a week where you're going to need your own healing. A lot of self-healing is going to be super important in this as we learn to sort of speak our truth. Say what we need to say, stand up for our convictions, enabling us to look at things from a different perspective. I think a lot of it is being able to sort of heal, within ourselves. Okay, so 55 is the other card, wasn't it? The soul shrinker, sorry, the soul, is it 55? Nope, sorry, it was 33, sorry. 33, that's better. Fairies of the future. Be here now, guidance moving forward. The gnome of now at the top of the card looks both ways simultaneously. Something that would give a human a crick in the brain if he tried. However, the gnome has no particular problem with this, as fairies always have a sliding sense of past, present and future. Let's have a look at the starter. Okay, these are the fairies of the bright future and are essential companions on any journey. When these fairies appear, it is time to consider where we have been and where we wish to go. There are many opportunities, many potentials, but we must choose a path and then take realistic, practical steps to bring the desired future into being. This is not a time to wait for things to come to us, but to step forward boldly. That's where that self-expression, that sense of being able to say what you need to say, express yourself, that Seven of Wands. Know your potential, know what you're capable of, and say what you need to say is super important here. Enabling you to walk away from the chaos so you can walk into the unknown, so you can have this sense of looking at being able to see things from a different perspective. It's your sort of your overall result for the week. So there are many opportunities, many potentials, but we must choose a path and take realistic, practical steps to bring the desired future into being. This is not a time to wait for things to come to us, but to step forward boldly to meet them. We may do this alone if we wish, or in the company of those who share our goals and dreams. So kind of an interesting reading for the week ahead. Really tells us that we've got to really say what we need to say. We need to express who we are. We need to say what's important to us, allow ourselves to sort of take the steps forward that we need to, even if we sort of feel like we're reflecting on the past. Kind of interesting there. To be able to speak, to heal is super important here. To heal by our self-expression. Leave behind the old and bring in the new. Okay, so take care and blessed be. A big thank you to my subscribers. Don't forget to check the link down below to like, subscribe, check the links, ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care.